Have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream, and we're just waiting in line to wake up?
V&O, what you know? Yo, what's up, man? What's going down? What's going on? I'm happy to be back on the V&O. Another week, we back again, all over again. Yo, thank you, everybody, once again. I keep doing this, man, because y'all keep coming. Hey, you know what? To tell you the truth, though, even if y'all didn't show up, I'll probably still do it. Hey, that's just me, man. It's in me. It's in my heart. I love this. Uh, what we have going on last week? We had the champion, man. If y'all missed last week's show, yo, you gotta go to that YouTube page. Number one, subscribe to it. Number two, hit that bell so you know when we're going live. And number three, look at the champ, man. Watch the episode from the champ last week, man. My man Mike Jimenez did his thing, man. We represented for the union folks for Labor Day last week, and we also we got to highlight a great person, man. My guy, Mike Jimenez. I want to take a time out real quick, man, because one of my buddies, man, that's always supporting this show and watching it. He just found out not too long ago that his sister-in-law, I believe, had a stroke. Bill Curley. Thank you, bro. You probably not watching this right now. You might not be, but I just want everybody just send up a prayer for his sister-in-law. If y'all pray, if y'all prayer warriors, man, pray for this man's sister-in-law. This is a good dude, man. He comes from a good family, and he's hurting. He put out the call and just said, yo, just to pray for his family, man. They not quite sure, I don't think, what's going on yet. So y'all send up some prayers for I think his sister-in-law's name is Patricia, I believe. That's his wife's sister. So y'all send up some prayers for him, man. Moving on, we got a great show for you, man. This show right here, this is actually an issue that's near to my heart because it touches me in a way that it touched my family. This is something that touched my family, that touched my extended family. And I had to do it. Like I'd be so brain dead sometimes, man. I was in a family chat and they put out the notice, about my you guys are going to meet her, about she happens to be my cousin. Great person, Angela Releford. But she is the chairperson for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And I think they were just congratulating her because she got 3 walks that she's organized. One coming up here on the 18th, and then I'm gonna put up the dates, of the other ones. But I was so brain dead, they put out the chat, and I was like, yeah, congratulations. Didn't even think that I got a whole podcast. Like, this is something that needs to be highlighted, man. This issue not only touches my family, as I do this walk every year with her, to Walk to End Alzheimer's walk in Northwest Indiana. And man, just to look at all of the families that are out there that have been touched by this horrible disease, to look at people that I think some people actually bring some of their family out that have Alzheimer's, and it's a terrible disease, man. I watched. I'm gonna let y'all know the rest of the story, but I watched people that I love just be eaten up by this disease, and we got to talk about it, man, because they need to. Like we got doctors can do everything, it seems like, and we need to find a cure for this. They need to dump money into this, and we need to find a cure for this. Little couple of comments. My man Mo, always here, man. Thank you. Dope Living TV Network, Greg Gray, Mo Bishop, Gina, Marcy, Life Coach Jeff. Man, it's a couple new people on there, man. I ain't gonna say the names yet because I know I'm gonna get them wrong. But all of y'all, man, over at Dope Living TV Live, man, blessings to y'all, and thank y'all for always supporting. Mother-in-law always here. My pastor is here. What's up? What's up, man? I appreciate you, man. Marcy, Dope Living TV Live, she here. My other aunt. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't always get to talk to my family because I'm always moving and I'm always been on this mission, man, to try to make myself better. And I haven't been able to touch base with family and friends like I wanted to, but I'm doing this so I can touch base as much as I want next week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get to talk to my family like I want to, but I got to wish you a happy birthday. My aunt, Ruthie Sumbry, aka Day Day. Happy birthday to you. I love you. I know I need to call you. That's what it is. I need to call you. Look, I'm gonna reach out to you. Y'all, what else I got? My Uncle Merv. I got people on here that know Uncle Merv. Merv Williams. Y'all know him. I love him. He is still fighting a good fight with cancer, man. Y'all continue to pray for that man. He got drive. Like, he just refused. He said, I refuse to go, nephew. I refuse to go. This ain't, I'm fighting he fighting hard. So y'all just continue to pray for him. I believe that's it. I know it's always something else, but here at the VNO, we'll throw it in there somewhere. Oh, my girl Gina, we're gonna highlight Gina. Gina Gatson has the Director Authors Guild Awards, and I run her ad for the Director Author Guild's award ceremony that's gonna be going on November 9th in Vegas. I run it every week. Well, she finally came through with some finalists, with the nominees, the people that are going to be there in Vegas, man, being nominated for this award. I will run that sometime during this show. Y'all, I'm so happy to have my cousin on here, Angela Releford, chairperson for the Northwest Indiana Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Hey, baby.
What it do?
Thanks I appreciate this opportunity you giving me to come on and talk to the people about, Alzheimer's Awareness, which has affected our family. So affected me on a personal level. So we're gonna get into all of that.
We're gonna touch all of that.
Yeah.
So just so y'all know, this is my girl. This my cousin. We blood. This first cousin. And
this is my blood cousin.
First cousin. And it's great. It's great when you have family members that are ordinary people with extraordinary stories. With that are actually extraordinary people, man. We got some. Hey, yo, we come from the Sumbries. That's our main family. Those are our grandparents. They were some go-getters, man. I see it all through the family. Like, I'm not, of course, everybody gonna think their family is great, but I'm dead serious, man. Like, it's in the blood. It's something in our blood that just won't allow us to quit, won't allow us to give up. And I'm so happy to have her on here. You, Angie, how, I'll let you tell it. We weren't involved in Alzheimer's before. We just, I don't even know if I knew about the disease, but it never touched me like that. So I never really, I don't want to say I didn't pay attention to it, but sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the things that don't touch you, you don't pay attention to. How did you get in? What started this journey?
Honestly, it started, what made me want to volunteer was when Mama got sick. Mama had already been sick. But it was probably March of 2019, and I could tell in February I knew she was declining. But I remember in March of 2019, I was in her room in her facility with Dad, and we were talking. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to do something. I know I want to volunteer with the association. Now, that's what pushed me. Now, let me go back a little bit. In 2014, we lost our grandfather, which was my mama's daddy, Roosevelt Sumbry Sr.
Yeah.
He had Alzheimer's. He had some other things going on as well, but he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And then back when we were little kids, our great grandmother, Ruth Jenkins, and I started, our grandmother, Ada Mae Sumbry, she always used to tell me I had a lot of sense in my big old head. And as I started thinking back to when grandmother's mother, Ruth Jenkins, people, they used to say, old folks are this senile and this, that, and the other. It wasn't just her being senile. And I realized that Ruth Jenkins had Alzheimer's. And so we have it and it's all on my mom's side of the family. So we had my great grandmother, my grandfather, and then my mom. So watching what Alzheimer's really did to mom and grandfather was a lot.
Yeah.
But watching mama up close and personal,
yeah,
it's difficult.
Yeah, I remember. You know what? Hold on one second, Angie. Before we get too deep and before we get too personal, I just gotta I gotta do something because every week I just gotta let people know. This is for all. If you out there hating, because I had a couple people hating today, all the way up until the third quarter. I just want to woo.
Okay. Yes. I'm a fan, Ron.
I just want to. Oh yeah. This is also.
I love Bears. I don't care what. Get off topic a little bit, but we are both diehard Bears fans. We know when they're low in the gutter, and everybody like, what are you talking about? But every year, they have a chance. There's a chance. Every year, I'm gonna start off saying they have a chance.
Every year.
Chance for the Super Bowl. Probably up until Thanksgiving. But the point is, whether they do or not, we believe. We believe. That's what you call a true fan. That's what you call a true fan.
Me and Cut and Angie done been to games. We done been to
the family days.
Family day. Did I ever take you to camp? Did I take you to camp before?
I've never done the training camp.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to interrupt because there's a whole lot of hating going on up until the third quarter when they came through. That's Chicago for you. They came through.
That's right. They made it. My thing is, as long as they do it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. Shout out to my auntie Vivian. She came through. Thank you so much, aunt, for watching it. Now I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I had to do that though before because we about to get deep. So I think I was telling you that I remember coming over there one day and sitting in the living room and having a conversation with her, and I said, man, something ain't right.
Yeah,
something just not right. I can't really put my finger on it, but like she seemed a little absent. You know what I mean? And I think somebody had told me. I think maybe one of y'all just kind of told me, and I was like, no, man. Like, no, that's not it. But yeah, it was Alzheimer's. It was just starting off.
Yeah. I started noticing before I moved in 2012 to go to Ohio to take a job. And I'll never forget the day before I moved, we were in the kitchen and she was talking to me and she said, Angie, you know what? I just don't want to get like daddy. And in my mind, I was thinking, oh, sister.
Yeah.
Oh, sister. Because I could see the signs.
Yeah.
She was already doing things. And I tell you what really started, my friend, my buddy Richard Taylor. Richard's mom had Alzheimer's. I think his mom died in 2008. So I watched him go on this journey first.
Right.
What he had to deal with his mom when she was he had to put her in a facility. Then he brought her home and they taking care of her. So I knew the sign. That's why when grandfather started getting sick, he was at home. Yeah. I remember when grandmother died in 2005, and in 2006 we went to the Father's Day brunch in Munster. We came home. We came to his house, and we're upstairs, and I heard voices downstairs, and I'm thinking somebody broke in the house. He left the TV on. I said, Grandfather, the TV's on. He said, oh, I left it on for my friends. I'm like, what friends are you talking about? We went down there. That man had magazines, and that year, that was when we had elections going on. So, you know, they sent all the election stuff out in the sofa. And he had it opened up to different people. Barack and Michelle was down there, the local politicians. Those were
Wow.
friends.
Yeah.
In his mind, though, he thought they were real people.
Yeah.
You know, he would tell mom and daddy, he'd be like, yeah, where them kids at? Them kids supposed to be home by now. They should be home. And where they at? She's like, Daddy, what kids are you talking about? The mama didn't know if he was talking about real kids, you know, because in their mind they really believe that, you know, what's not real is real. It's those delusions are strong.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that killed me because y'all got to understand, Roosevelt Sumbry was the patriarch of this family, and he raised 7 kids, worked in the steel mill. How many years did he work in the steel mill?
I think 40 something.
40 some years he worked in the steel mill, drawing a pension. And when I tell you that he was a deacon at church, and when I tell you that him and my grandmother used to be clean, look here. Look here.
Ada Mae Sumbry would get their clothes out on Wednesday for Sunday. And they'd be matching. So these couples walk around here matching. And y'all ain't got nothing on Ada Mae Sumbry. Because it would have a hat cocked to the side. Now you talking about Sunday best. That was Sunday best at its best.
Look, this right here, this is in my blood. Sometimes I just get dressed, and I gotta, like, I don't dress up like that, but you know, sometimes I like to come on the show looking decent, but like I can't touch them. I'm talking about, they used to have red when they were dressing red. She had on the red dress, the red hat. He had on the red shoes, the red suit, the red
shoes and red pantyhose. Don't forget it.
Look, and so what we trying to tell you is that his mind was sharp. Yeah. Minds were sharp.
So wait, let me cut over you for real quick.
Yeah.
So, I remember grandfather what did he have, a third or fourth grade education?
Yeah.
That's all he did, because he got mad. The teacher said something to him. He walked out, never came, and went back to school. And remember, on the wall downstairs, he had all these Reader's Digest.
Man, always reading a book.
Roosevelt Sumbry Sr. was one of the most intelligent people I've ever met in my life. That's coming from somebody who had an elementary school education.
Right.
So, and to watch him go from that, to watch his mind just, it went backwards. Yeah. That was rough.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. I mean, I think at the time, let's see, 2008, I had a family, so I would only get over there every so often. And so every time I went over there, it's almost like it got a little bit rough. They said he had his real estate license too.
He
reupholstered furniture.
Oh my God.
You go from all of that, and every time I would go over there, it just went just a little bit deeper. I remember seeing them pictures. I remember Day came, she moved in with him to kind of watch after him, and she would kind of tell us, and I'd be like, oh, not to, like, I just be like, in my heart, I wanted her to be over exaggerating. Yeah, I wanted her to over exaggerate the situation.
Don't want to admit that. Nobody wants to accept that.
Yeah. So also, my man John is here. John said John. Yeah, man, it's a lot of families that this thing touches. I remember, I can't leave out also, Angie, on my father's side. My father, Red, as everybody knows him as, Auntie Vivian. That's how my aunt, she's on that side. I remember I was younger. I was about 19, and I hadn't gone through too much tragedy in my life. You know what I mean? A lot of people go through a lot at young ages. At 19, I hadn't been through losing relatives like that. You know what I mean? And my grandma, his mom, he said, you know, grandma is my sister Granny and grandma. And my sister, she really was in the thick of it because she would watch them. So she knew how it was. But with them, my dad would say, you know, mama not, you know, she's not all there no more. And I'd be like, Pop, you know, like, I never said it to him. I'd be, Pop, you know, that's, you know, in my 19-year-old mind, that don't happen to my family. Exactly. Like, I forgot that this even, man, I almost forgot that this happened. But I remember coming in and we knocked on the door. She opened the door for us. And she said, "Hey, Ronnie." She said, "Hey, Ron Jr." I said, "Man, see, look." I said, "Pop tripping." I said, he tripping. And
Yeah.
she gave me a hug. Now I ain't seen her in a couple months. I was away at school. So we walking back to the kitchen, and she said, "Y'all come on, let's go sit in the kitchen and talk." So we walking back to the kitchen. She was older, so she grabbed the chair, you know what I mean? She grabbed it with both hands and she swiveled around and she sat down. And she said, "Woo." She said, "Ooh, we got company, huh?" I said, "Oh." Oh. I said, I said, "Man, this is real." Like, that broke my heart. It was funny, but it also, you know, something's funny, but it also it hit reality. It hit me with reality that this is that was my first dose of
Okay.
Alzheimer's. And I was close to my father's family, but not as close as I was to this side of the family. Not to say it hurt any less, you know what I mean, but it really went home when somebody that you've seen more of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I seen grandma at a older age. It wasn't as impactful. I seen her, but my auntie, your mom, I
Yeah.
didn't see no weakness in her. My
Yeah.
grandfather, I didn't see no weakness in him. I didn't see no old age, really. I didn't really see them hurting like that. So the first time that somebody is strong to you like that, and you see the weakness in them, that something got them. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? It got me. It's oh man, they were like superheroes to me. You know what I mean? Because I was young. It broke my heart. Like my sister just said, it broke my heart. It's like you watch and you can't do anything about it. This is horrible. This is a horrible disease that touches families. We can't do anything about it. We
Mm-hmm.
can't do anything about it. So you watch that happen.
Yeah.
You join the walk, and I want to say the first year or two where you kind of took it on by yourself.
Well, we've always had a committee. When I went in, Mom and Dad, May 11th of 2019, and it was the weekend of July 4th. It was a Sunday evening, and I went on the website and I signed up. That Monday, I think that Monday or Tuesday, I went in the office and I sat down with the then walk manager, Sarah. And I figured I'd go in and I'd, be a part of the marketing crew, and I was
Yeah,
ready. She said, "Oh, we also need somebody to chair the walk, to be the co-chair." I'm like, "Well, that's not what I came in here for, ma'am. But I mean, but you know me, Ron, if you tell me you need help doing something, I'm going to jump right in and help if I
yeah.
know I can."
It's in the
That's it.
blood.
So I'm like, "Oh, here we go again, Angie. You getting yourself in some stuff." But I was the coach that year. And then in second year in 2020, I became the chair, and that's where I've been. So this is my third year, fourth walk cycle. We
Okay.
started out with 2 walks when we had the walk Lake County, which is our largest walk, Michigan City, and last year we added Porter County in Valparaiso.
Okay.
So we have a total of 3 walks. We have a committee, but we always have a small amount of people who come together and get the job done.
Uh,
Um,
how
and I
many years? I guess what I meant was when you first started, you were by yourself as far as like you were the first one to head this up, like in family
oh,
wise.
oh yeah. I got you. Yeah, misunderstood that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was, what compelled me to do something was Mama's illness, because I watched my mother. Literally, my mama died right before my eyes, and I'll never forget. I stood by her bedside because she stopped speaking in April. It's funny because I work for a tax office,
Mm.
and I always think about the goodness of God, because I watched Mama decline, and April 15th was tax day, and we got done. I got out of there real late. Lolita and I stayed very late, like we usually do. Whatever time it was. That was my first year there. I think that year might have been 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning I think it was about 6 o'clock when we walked out that first year in 2019. And what did I do? I went straight to go see my mother. That following Thursday was the last time I heard my mama speak.
Wow.
And she, stayed alive for 3 weeks after that. But I'll never forget, I stood by her bed the night she died. I knew because that Friday, it was May 10th. That Friday, she was just gasping for air. She hadn't eaten anything for 3 weeks. I kept swabbing her mouth with water, but I knew that was it. I said, this time tomorrow, my mother won't be here with me. I made, I'm a realist. I was able to come to grips with it. It hurt, but knowing the kind of pain my mother had been in, I had accepted it. And I said, Mama, all the pain that you've gone through, you had this wonderful life with Daddy all those years. You've been a wonderful mother. You raised me and my sister. You raised me and Polly. I said, we're going to be all right. I'm going to watch out for Daddy. And I said, if you're ready to go, you go. And I told her, your life and this ridiculous sickness, this illness that has ravaged through your body and caused you so much pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, none of it's going to be in vain. I'm going to tell your story. And so that's why I wanted to volunteer. That's why I don't mind talking to anybody and everybody about Sarah, Sister Sarah, as I call her. And that's why I started calling her Sister Sarah.
Yeah.
Because Mama didn't realize who I was.
Wow.
She didn't realize that me and Chris were her kids. Like sometimes I sit there and be like, Mom, I do like Stewie Griffin does his mom. Mom. She go, what? And then, because she couldn't remember, but she would respond to her name. So, I'm just going to say it let me just be real honest. In the Black community, most of us, we don't call our parents by our first names. We don't do that. We just don't. That's calling my mother Sarah. So that's why I started calling her Sister Sarah.
Yeah.
I called my mama Sarah, but she wouldn't respond. Sometimes she responded to Mama. Right. But I did have these mommy moments that I called, because sometimes, like if I walked in me, Polly or Daddy walked in the room, and she could tell, even the boys, she could tell when something was wrong with us. One day I remember sitting down, she said, "What's wrong, babe?" She always called us babe. I said, "Nothing." Yeah. She said, "Yes, it is. You don't look like yourself. What's wrong?" She said, "Don't lie to me." And I stopped and looked like, what?
Yeah.
She had those mommy moments. She may not remember that I was Angie.
Yeah.
But she knew that each of us were important to her.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I knew that God was ready to take her home it was in February. At one of them late nights I came on in there. She was sleeping. All of a sudden she woke up just saying, Angie, Angie, Angie. That night she said my name maybe like 5 times. About 2 weeks later, she just kept calling my name. And she kept looking at me. I said, my mother would call my name around maybe 5 times a year.
Really?
Maybe. I say, look, I said, I said, I know she's getting weak. I said, you about to take her.
Yeah.
I didn't know when, but that was one of the signs for me. She kept calling my name.
Yeah.
She would call my name, like I said, maybe 5 times a year at the height of her illness.
Right. As you're talking, people are chiming in, and it's just amazing how many people that this has touched. Keep going, but I just want to let you know that people are chiming in, that this has touched a lot of people.
It has. And so just watching that, like I said, I watched my grandfather go through it. You know how much I love my grandmother and grandfather.
Yeah.
I've always liked older people. Even when I was a little kid, I didn't mind. I'd go over there. Somebody would say, "What you going over there for?" Just to go over there. I'd go over there after work just to sit with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And grandmother would say, "I don't have no food. I didn't come over here to eat, lady. I just came to sit with you." I was odd because I just went over there just to sit, because I like being around my grandparents. I was that kid. I was a weird anyway, but I really always liked being around them. So to watch my grandfather go through that, and then watch his daughter go through it too, it's like, oh man, come on. So I just knew that I had to do something, because I did not want my mama's death to be in vain, and all the years that we lost with her because the disease took it away. Because Brandy said a little bit earlier, I did see that it's like watching children.
Yeah.
And at a point,
very much so.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. They get this look in their eyes. And grandfather had the same look. I can't even, if you have to see it to understand it. And I've seen it in other Alzheimer's and dementia patients. Yeah. They all have this look in their eyes. It's like, I cannot explain it, but it's like, oh, she got that look.
Yeah.
Like she will. I think Liz said they go in and out. And they do. Somebody said they go in, and they do go in and out. Because when her friend Jimmy Jones would come visit her at the facility, she would flash back and she could talk about the meal like she had been there just yesterday.
She loved him. She remembered him.
Because that's her
always,
short-term memory.
Yeah.
It was a short-term memory.
Yeah. John said they refer to family members they knew when they were young kids, and that's true. But Jimmy Jones, I remember meeting Jimmy Jones when I was a kid, you know. But she always talked about him. That was her friend. She
he was a friend. Right there, they were good friends. He called sometimes. He says, "Is it okay for me to go up there and visit Sarah?" I said, "Yeah, you can go up there." So he would go up there and visit Mama, and I said it would be good for her because that past she could connect with that so easily. But to watch her sometimes forget Daddy, because you know, Mom and Daddy were married 49 years when she passed.
Yeah,
I'll never forget.
I gotta give it to my uncle, man. I hugged him when it happened, and I told him, like, man, you didn't leave, bro. You were here till the very, like, he was there. I know you were there, Angie. He was there every day. Shout out to my mom. My mom was there a lot. I remember every time I called her, she'd be up there. All of y'all be up there. That for me, I'm not gonna lie, like that's hard for me because it's so slow.
Yeah,
I can probably man, Angie, I try not to get I try not to get all messed up. You making it but it's so slow. You have to watch the person that you love day in and day out. How did you do that? It's some people that don't know how to do that. How do you do that?
There's a lot of people, and the people you think can't. And that's what I had to remind myself. Because I would find myself getting angry with folks because I didn't understand. I'm like, now how can you not call this? How can you not call your sister? How can you not check on your sister? How can you not do this with your I didn't understand that. But then I realized everybody ain't like you, Angie. Everybody ain't built like you. Yeah, but I was glad when I came back in 2018 from Ohio. Of course, I didn't know Mama was going to die, but God made it so I came back a year before she did. And I was so grateful to be able to be here with her and Daddy during that time. So I could spend that extra time with her. But you just have to, God, because there's no way maybe 2 years before then I could have done this. I sat in my mama's room and wrote her obituary in that rocking chair in the corner while she was asleep one night. That's when I started. I knew I was going to have to write it. So I said, don't wait until she dies. I started writing it in April.
Really?
Yep. In her room. Because I knew she was dying. I said, well, it has to be done. Daddy can't do it. I said, and I started writing stuff down. I wrote my mother's obituary. You have to remember it was hard to watch, but I kept thinking about how hard is it on my mother? Because it's sad because I remember when you could see the look on her eyes when she was struggling to remember something and you could see like she was fighting her brain. I could just see the wheels turning in her brain, simple things she couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And I said, and let me say this. I'm talking about my personal story, but let me just kind of be general real quick. Anybody dealing with somebody who has Alzheimer's and dementia, Daddy kept Mama at home as long as he could.
Yeah.
I kept trying to, I did tell him. I said, well, Daddy, I was in Ohio. My sister's down in Indianapolis. I said, Deborah was good because he would call Deborah sometimes if he needed help.
Yeah.
And because Mama remembered her.
That's my mom. Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember when he said, well, Angie, I don't want her to feel like I threw her away. I said, well, Daddy, because when I come up here, I'd research places, went to different places looking at, I said, well, Daddy, most of these places, you can go in at any time. You can go and see her as much as you want. There's no cutoff point. But he did not want to, but my concern was, how good a cook Mama was.
Yeah.
If she in that kitchen, because there were times I come home to visit, 3 o'clock in the morning, she up there, she can put a pot on.
Yeah.
And I had to wait till she left the room to get the pot out the kitchen.
Right.
Another time, that same night, she opened up the curtains in the living room. I said, Mom, it's 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you know, they get indignant. I know.
Right.
Away, and then when she left, I had to close the curtains real quick.
Yeah.
Thing you don't ever want to do with somebody who's dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia, don't be combative with them.
Right.
Come on now. I mean, to me, that's common sense, but a lot of folks don't have that.
No, they get you know, it's I can understand that side. If it's just you and them, they're angry and they don't know where to place that anger.
Yeah.
And so like you see people I've seen it before. I can't recall where I saw it at. I don't believe it's in my family. Maybe it was like you see it with older people. Like if you out and you could see when it happens, the pain in some people's eyes. And what I'm speaking of is that you'll be in a grocery store or something and you'll see, like, you can tell this person is the person's mom or their aunt or somebody that's in their family. And they like, you know, and then the person makes a mistake and they look at them like, what are you doing? You know, and they get angry at them and they yell at them. And then if you look at them, sometimes you can see the pain in their eyes. They're not just angry. You can tell that they're angry at life. I tell everybody I go to therapy, and I say that any sane person should go to therapy so that you remain sane.
Oh, that telephone, call a friend, tell them.
It's like I want everybody to go to therapy, but Black men, go to therapy, please. Please. I am a Black man, so I'm speaking on behalf of everybody that look like me. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. But in therapy, we did a deal where it was an iceberg, and the tip of it was anger. And if you know icebergs, the thing that took out the Titanic, it looks small above the water. You know, it might only be about a foot tall, but underneath the water, you got a whole mountain that might stretch down 300 feet. And so they showed anger as an iceberg, and then underneath this representation that my therapist gave me, underneath it shows all the hidden things behind anger. You know, down to hunger. It even just showed hunger, confusion, you know, hurt. It showed a lot of things. I wish I had the paper with me, but when I say all of that to say, when you see people out, and I've seen people out and they're being angry, they're angry at their relative for being old, just old. Exactly. And it's like, you know, because they're hurt. It's so many underlying things. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that you see it. You see it. And I saw you be gentle with Sarah, who I call T. That was my auntie. I saw you be patient. And man, I thank you for letting people know how to do it. Now you were talking about before I so rudely interrupted. you were talking about at that point in time when it was time to kind of let go and get help.
Yeah. I knew it had to be done because I did not want her to hurt herself or her daddy. And it was just so happened one day I was in Ohio. I was visiting Chris down in Indianapolis. And I was on the phone with Daddy, and I could hear Mom. He said, "Can you hear?" He was down in the basement, at the south end of the basement, and she was upstairs, and she was bamming on the kitchen. I think it was the kitchen window, trying to. She wanted to get out. She's talking about, "Help me, because she, in her mind, thought she'd been held hostage.
Yeah, right.
Because finally, you know, Daddy, I think, had taken the keys, because we always leave the keys. You know, the keys were in the door at that time.
Right.
We could just get out easily, but we didn't want her to just happen to twist the key and walk out anywhere.
Right.
And so she got mad. I told him, because he was having a hard time getting somebody, the ambulance wouldn't come get her because she wasn't sick. It was something about, I can't even remember right now, but they wouldn't come and get her. I told him, I said, you know what? Let her bam on the window. Let her let somebody hear. Maybe then they'll help. You'll get the help that you need. So I remember, because your mom went, she went to our doctor's office, and she told him, she said, my she said, my brother-in-law is doing XYZ and my sister's this. So I think it was actually her doctor. Finally, they called an ambulance and the ambulance came to the house. By the time your mom got to the house,
Yeah.
I'll never forget, Deborah, I was on the phone with her and she said she pulled up and she saw the police car too and it scared her.
Wow.
This was back in 2015.
Because
So
we had not so long before that lost grandmother, right? I
no,
believe.
grandfather died in 2005. Grandfather died in 2014.
Okay, yeah, 24. So okay. So
Grandfather
this was
died in 2014.
okay.
And so the mom said that seeing the police car scared her. But what it was a blessing because I think it was the police officer. She was a female, and she had somebody in her family. I don't know if it was her mom. I think it was her mom had Alzheimer's, so she knew how to talk to mama.
Right.
He said, Miss Sarah, we want to get you in the ambulance so we can get you some help. We're gonna take you to the hospital, and then they said she was fine, and that was June 24th of 2015. That was the last time my mother was in her home.
Wow.
So she went to the hospital, and then they transported her from the hospital over to Spring Mill, which was right across the street.
Right.
And let me say this also. I have a lot of respect for anybody who can keep their loved one in their home with them as long as that person is safe. You're safe and they're safe. That's the most important thing. But I will say this. It is very difficult. You cannot do it by yourself when you're dealing with somebody who has Alzheimer's and dementia.
And that, yeah.
Unfortunately, it will progress. And mama got to the point where she was having delusions. She thought that people were in the house. I'll never forget, she thought somebody had a gun in here. And she goes, it was on a Sunday. I was downstairs and she was throwing stuff. I came to visit. She was throwing stuff down the steps because she thought somebody was in the house. She said, I know you down there. It was me, but she didn't realize it was me.
Right.
And she goes, I have a gun. She ain't got no gun. What are you talking about? It was so she said, and that's another thing. Sometimes when they would do things, if you didn't laugh, Ron, I would have been crying every single day. And it's not that you're being rude or you're being mean. People say, that's not funny. Man, go through it. You be want to just punch people. It's like, shut up. You don't understand. But it's different because if you don't laugh at some of the things, I would have been falling out every single day.
Yeah.
And that day we walk and she got afraid because she said she saw this man with a gun.
Yeah.
In her mind, he was there. And I said, come on, Mama, I'll walk with you to the room. She said, don't go back there. I said, I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. Right. She went in her bedroom and closed the door and she started packing up clothes. Wow. I said, why are you packing up clothes, Mama? She said, because they're going to take me to jail. She said, I don't think it's right. It's not right. I'm in my own home and he didn't come here with a gun and they're going to take me, the police going to take me to jail. I said, no, Mama, no. Then she goes, now the oddest thing. Now remember, I'm in Ohio. She goes, I don't know what they do in Ohio, but here they going to take me to jail. But you remember I live in Ohio in that moment. See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, Ron. I think it come from, lady. Where did that come from? Right. And she said, well, I'll be all right. I'm going to take a little bit. And then here she goes. She called. She said, Deborah had to bring me some more clothes tomorrow, but she'll bring me some more. I'm going to tell her where everything is. And she can just bring me some more. I said, Mama, guess I'm going to jail. So she started taking all this stuff out. So I closed her door. I left about 45 minutes by herself. Because she had to work through it on her own. And then I went back in the room. She had all kinds of stuff over that room.
Right.
Another thing, she would not eat.
I'm sorry. Brandy was taking care of grandma who I said earlier, she had dementia. She said they had to put a motion light up because grandma used to try to stab my Auntie Jen with a butter knife. And they was wild. They was wild with it. My grandma and my Auntie Jen, dementia or not, she will fight you. She was one of them people, ain't no understander. You just tried to stab me, forget your dementia. We fighting. Auntie Jan didn't care. She did not care at all. But that's you talking on it right now. And y'all have to understand, if you're watching this, I say that the VNO, that this is in my heart because it's put here. And I want to help somebody in all these different situations that we see these different people in all these different weeks and all these different episodes, but you just touched on something that I know has got to be hard. At what point in time, people make jokes about it because it just seems horrible. At what point in time do you say, I'm gonna put it the worst way possible? Do you put your loved one in a home? Because that's how people think about it. We make jokes about it and say, you know what, as how my parents, how you going in a home, you'll say that to your parents. But sometimes you have to understand, like you said, when you need help, dementia's different. I remember grandfather used to just go out driving.
Or he would walk out and leave the front door open.
Yes.
He just wandered. He was, God had angels of protection around him, because how you go just leave your house and he walking up and down Broadway? And then I remember Mama said they told him one day, well, Miss Releford, we know Mr. Sunbury. What do you mean you know him? So he's done numerous times. Is this what you're telling us, sir? Because people are crazy.
Yeah,
he didn't,
that too. Yeah.
And he was blessed because when they brought him back to the house, nobody had come in the house.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
when in the G in the middle of Glen Park.
Exactly.
In the 90s. Anybody that live in Gary and know about Gary, what was going on in Gary in the 90s.
Right. Well, he was not in a gated community. He was up in the
not at all. And their neighborhood, don't get me wrong, their block was cool, like half the block.
We were walking outside of the block.
Right. Yeah, we were out. We were about people walking outside the block, and the people, look here, I wasn't ready. Like Gary, like something could have seriously happened to him, and at some point we even had to say with him, for my parents and Day and all my aunts and uncles, that it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's difficult. But the thing is, like you say, with the help, people need help. If you can get, like, I know people who are living with it and they're still in their homes, but they have their loved one has somebody who comes in, or has maybe they have a child that comes in and helps them. It's key. That's important if you have that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when people have to understand they cannot do it alone. Also, but we saw it. You don't just throw somebody in the home, but we saw people get thrown in the home.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, Mama had all kinds of visitors.
Yeah.
Daddy only missed, like when he had to have a kidney removed, he missed that week. Maybe Daddy missed 12 days total out of almost 4 years.
Wow.
Mama was blessed when she had her kids, her grandkids. Day, Deborah, her sisters would come. I mean, she was blessed to have people come in. Mama always had visitors.
Yeah.
So, people do what they want to do. So when people throw somebody in the home, and then it's something, because when we were out there at Spring Mill, when somebody would die, they're getting close to them. I'm like, where do these people come from? Family. Where do the person that they all coming there crying? I'm like, you didn't even come visit this person. And they would be in the area.
Yeah.
It's not like you were out of town.
Yeah. Let me play devil's advocate. Some of them folks might have been evil.
Because there were a few, Brian. There were a few. That's like, this just ain't dementia. This just your personality, sir. This just who you are.
Right. I meet some people I work with, like, soon as you can't take care of yourself, your family gonna put you in a home, and they ain't coming to visit you. If you act like this, you bound. You homeward bound. You going, and you gonna go to one of the bad ones, not the good one. Some people just didn't act right in their life. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm not letting nobody off the hook. You should always love people. But some people ain't to that point of love yet, and they gonna put you in a home. Stop acting. Look, I always gotta hold on, Angie. Let me highlight myself. Look, hey, stop acting like that, y'all. If you out here acting ugly, John, don't be that guy. If you out here acting ugly, and you know that you acting ugly, and you know that you not that you probably not being loved or worthy of love from some family members. Just remember that you might have to get old. You know what I'm saying? Like some things, you better start treating people like human beings.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off my soapbox. Go ahead. I just gotta let them know, Angie, because that's
not a problem. But you know what? We're talking about help. The Alzheimer's Association has a 24-hour hotline that people can call. That number is 1-800-272-3900. 1-800-272-3900. 1-800-272-3900. Again, that's the 24/7 hotline that you can call to get resources. If you need some information, if you just need somebody to talk to, you can call. We also have local programs. We have support groups for people who've lost people with Alzheimer's, people who are dealing. If you have somebody in your family that you're dealing with Alzheimer's, we do have support groups, and you can reach out. If you go on the website at alz.org, or you call in to the 24/7 hotline, they can give you that information. I just want people to know that you don't have to go through this alone.
Yeah.
You do not have to go through this alone. Yeah. If you're more comfortable with going on the website, if you don't want to talk to people, you get on the website. If you want to you want to speak to somebody, call that hotline. But don't be afraid to reach out. It's okay to need help. And let me say this, because I haven't said it yet, but I say it every time I talk to people about this.
Yeah.
The people in the Black community, we must do better.
Yeah.
We have to do better. And then, you always have, well, everybody does do that. But I'm Black, and I know, I'm speaking from my perspective.
Right.
My perspective as a Black woman is knowing that Ada Mae Sunbury, when we were growing up, everything was a secret. Yeah. Everything. I don't care what it was. It could be little things. It's like, that's not a secret, grandmother, but I didn't want to get slapped in the mouth, so I didn't say it. I thought it.
Right.
That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. But we have to, if you don't open your mouth and let people know you're going through something, how's anybody going to help you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, some people create things that they don't have to create.
Yes.
So the goal is to make sure that people are informed. They know that the Alzheimer's Association is here to help them through it every day of the year. And that's going to guide me right into my next topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
End Alzheimer's, baby.
Yeah.
Our first walk, like I told you, Lake County, our walk is on Sunday, September 18th.
Yeah.
1:00 at Wicker Park in Highland, Indiana.
Yes.
The second walk is in Porter County in Valparaiso at the the Urshel Pavilion. I think that's the way you pronounce it. Yeah. That's in Valparaiso. That's on Sunday, October 2nd.
Okay.
And then the Michigan City Walk in LaPorte County is on Saturday, October 8th. And that's on Saturday. That's the only one on Saturday. That one's at 10:00. You check it at 10:00. If you want to know about the walk, any of the walks, go to alz.org, and you can find the walks there. You can register. I think Ron put the link for my actual walk page if you want to check out if you're interested in participating in the Lake County Walk. If you want to be a part of our team, the Releford Rebels. Yes. And the reason I chose the name the Releford Rebels is because that's when my mama was a little bit of a rebel.
Right.
So that's where the name Releford Rebels comes from, in honor of my mama, Sarah. So yeah, you just click on that link that Ron pinned, and you can donate if you want, or you can join our team. We'd love to have you. We're going to be I'm going to be at all three walks because I'm the chair of the walk. So I'm going to be there at 3 of them. But my family and the Releford Rebels will be particularly in Lake County at Wicker Park next Sunday at 1:00.
Wicker Park in Highland, Indiana. Highland, Indiana, y'all.
Highland. Yes.
I am going to throw up that banner in a minute here. Keep going. Keep letting them know, because people need to know this stuff. We know because of you, but people need to know their resources. Angie, one more time.
Sure.
I'm going to throw up that number. What's that number again?
It is 1-800-272-3900.
Okay.
That's the 24/7 hotline for the Alzheimer's Association.
Okay.
And then the website is alz.org.
Got that one.
Okay, great. Yeah. Like I said, you can find all the walk information on there. Our first walk in Northwest Indiana is again on this coming Sunday, September 18th at 1 p.m. at Wicker Park. Ron has pinned the links to my walk page, my personal walk page for my mama. And you can donate there. You can join our team, the Releford Rebels there. You can do everything you need to do right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all use your resources, because there are we got a big family. You know, we have a huge family, and we I don't want to say that you didn't have to do it on your own. I guess I can speak for you in that aspect. You didn't have to do it all by yourself. Like you said, we had support. It was always somebody up there. But man, you know, and I know that it's some people out here, they really trying to do this by themselves. They getting burnt out,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to do this. Y'all, it's help out there. Why donate to this walk? We not just walking just to walk.
Exactly.
You're donating to this walk because this is to help find a cure. This is to help fund this cause. So there is help for people that are by themselves. You got to imagine, man, you sitting there, you can almost go crazy with this person that's losing it. If you by yourself, if you don't have no relief, it's got to be hard. You know what I'm saying? So so by all means, man, I don't like begging for money.
Yeah.
But some of y'all got it. that's the thing. Some of y'all got it. If you got it, then go out and do it. Go ahead and donate. That comment is pinned in the comments on Facebook. So, and also I will the comment that I put were the donation link. Hopefully it's clickable. Y'all, somebody let me know whether you can click it. It's not clickable, it's not embedded or clickable on here, but hopefully it is clickable through Facebook. If you not on Facebook right now and you're watching from YouTube, I'm going to put that up, and it don't matter if we're after this walk. You can donate not just to the Releford Rebels, you could just donate to the cause. If you see this on YouTube and we're post walk Northwest Indiana, just donate. Go on alz.org and just donate, because this is something that is crazy, man, that people is still not. Do we even know what causes this, Angie?
You know what, Ron? There's a lot of research that they're doing. Some of it is hereditary. So that's something that, you know, kind of plays in my mind. It's not something I think subconsciously I think about it every day. It's not at the forefront. But when you think about, you had a great grandparent, a grandparent, and your mama, all affected with, you know, some form of Alzheimer's or dementia, that kind of messed with you a little bit.
Right.
You know, but I keep trying, I do things to keep my mind active. You know, because mama died at 69. Grandfather was a little bit old, you know, older than her, but 82, I think. Right offhand.
Grandfather was 82?
I think.
Okay.
I think that's why. I think it was 82. But I know mom was 69. I'm like, why she so, you know, she died young. That's relatively young.
Yeah.
So whenever I find myself kind of thinking, when I'm like, I forget something, I'm like, am I just getting older? Because I'm going to be 50 this year. Am I getting old, just getting older? Or, you know, it could be coming down the pike for me. I pray not. I pray against it.
Yeah, but don't say that.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, but I tell people I'm a realist.
I feel you. Yeah.
It could happen. So, you know, I pray that it doesn't, but that's why I fight hard for, you know, my mother's memory, but I'm fighting for me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You're right, Andy. You
I need
are
for the
absolutely
Alzheimer's
right.
Association. I need for the Alzheimer's Association to go away. Because when we have a cure, we won't have a need for the Alzheimer's Association.
Right.
But until we do, I need for people to utilize the resources that they have. Yeah. Now, I can have, if somebody needs hard copies of information, because there's so many resources. I keep packets in my, in the car with me.
Right.
In case somebody needs some type of brochures or things like that. Yeah. But if you're computer savvy, go on that computer and get that information off the website.
Yeah.
And just don't forget that the help is out there and you do not have to do it alone. Right. So like I say, Mama was very blessed.
Right.
She had family around her. She wasn't alone out there. Yeah. Her daddy was out there every day. She had her sisters, Day and Deborah, who came out there, would sit with her and spend time with her. She wasn't alone. Mama had family. They go out there and we go out there when she couldn't feed herself.
Yeah.
Day would go out during the day and she'd help her with lunch or, different things. My mother was blessed. She
Yeah.
was, she didn't just have to sit up in there by herself. She didn't get, like my dad said, he didn't want her to feel like she was thrown away. My mother was not thrown away.
Right.
And I tell people, as long as there's breath in my body, I'm going to continue to tell her story so that people know, not only about my mom, but know the struggles that we went through, but also know that if they're going through those types of struggles, they're not by themselves, and that there are resources out here to help them. Starting with that Lake County Walk, baby. I'd love to see you on September 18th at 1:00 at Wicker Park in Highland, Indiana. Ron?
Trying to add that to the stream. So right now, y'all, if you know anybody, somebody, we got so many things you could do right now with technology. Take a screenshot or something. As we saw through this whole thing, man, there are a lot of people chimed in and said that they were affected by this, that it's affected their family. Somebody at work, you might know somebody, and you see them looking tired all the time. You see them worn out. Y'all screenshot this number. This is the Alzheimer Association 24/7 helpline, and just text it to them. It's as easy as that. Screenshot it. You could crop me out. You could crop Angie out, and just text somebody that you know, because they might not know. Yeah, it's as easy as going on Google and searching it. I understand. Everybody can't do that. You know what I mean? Everybody's not able to do that. Everybody don't know their resources. Sometimes it's easier, instead of reading through a bunch of material, talking to somebody on the phone that already know too. Because with Google, we forgot that you could actually communicate with people. And sometimes, man, you just need somebody to talk to. Like I just went to the matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, because this is a lot of information that is going across here that I didn't know about. I really didn't know about this stuff. So I had gone through and seen, as I'm sitting there looking at it, I was like, man, this is things that I really didn't know that we had. So this is 24/7 helpline. I looked and saw we got support groups. This is alz.org. You got care consultations. You have early stage programs. So if you know somebody's got some money, man, a lot of this stuff is they're able to do a lot of this stuff because of donations.
Exactly.
Because somebody gave, you know what I mean? I gave a little bit, and look here, I've been pouring a lot of money into this podcast, but I went on ahead and supported it. But yeah, this is great. Like I always go to the link that you send me, Angie, but I hardly ever go to this link.
Okay.
I gotta put those walk dates up before we go. You know what? I waited way too long, and let me take a break real quick, Angie, and I gotta highlight my homegirl Gina, because she got these people probably if they're watching, I would like for you to, congratulations to you. The Directors Author Guild Award happened in Vegas, November 9th. Gina and her people got together and they came up and they got all the nominees for November 9th. And y'all, congratulations to you, man. You wrote a book, and you wrote a great book. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it. That was the wrong one.
No, you didn't.
That was the absolute wrong one.
How did that happen? Do you have the right one?
I do. I gotta, yeah, I do have the right one. Abby, go ahead and give them some information. I'm gonna highlight you. Go ahead and give them some information about about more information about their resources.
Okay. Again, y'all can find all kinds of information, statistics about Alzheimer's and dementia, the differences between Alzheimer's and dementia, because there are differences. That information is on the website. You can call that number, the 800-272-3900, to get that information as well. Again, walk information, you can find that at alz.org as well, if you want to participate in our walks. And if you're not in this area, there are walks all over the country. So you can participate. But the
again, November 18th, we're going to be in Highland at Wicker Park. That's this weekend coming up, right?
Hey, you said
no. Watching it real time. That's this weekend coming up. What do they have to do?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
September 18th, not November. Don't have
people. September 18th. It's too cold to walk in November.
If you want to disseminate the information, disseminate it correctly, baby.
Right. So September 18th. That's the Lake County. That's in Highland.
Lake County, Wicker Park in Highland, Indiana at 1 p.m. for check-in. The next one is in Valparaiso, the Porter County Walk at the Urshel Pavilion in Valparaiso. That's at 1 p.m. And then both of those are Sunday. The final walk that we have in Northwest Indiana is in Michigan City in LaPorte County, and that is on Saturday, October 8th. And that one's a morning walk. We'll start at 9 o'clock where you can check in and everything, okay?
Okay.
And you can get all the information on alz.org, or you can if you click my link, it'll take you to my page, and then you can navigate from there.
Okay. The Director Authors Guild Awards ceremony, I have the nominees, I believe. Yo, congratulations, everybody. I might just see y'all in Vegas, man. It's November, especially if it's cold, man. Like I might just need a trip out to Vegas. Just to support. Gina always supporting. Y'all check out Gina. Check out Gina. I didn't even know. Miss Alette, my sister just threw me on. Alette Washington. She was in there. If she was, shout out to you. I know you, and you are a great person, and you probably deserve that. You deserve to win. Thank y'all so much. Again, 9/18/2022. That's this Saturday coming up if you're watching this real time.
Sunday.
No, not this Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday, September 18th. Ron, if you are going to mess up my walks, if you going to mess me up, we're going to have issues. Now, come on. You cannot disseminate the information correctly. You let me say it. I'm okay with that.
Tell them one more time. I'm going to run.
One more time, we're going to give you the correct information for the Northwest Indiana walks. Again, my name is Angela Releford. I'm a proud volunteer at the Alzheimer's Association.
You're the chair. You put this together.
We don't have a bunch, but we got folks on the crew, on the team, on the committee, and we're small. I always say we're a small but mighty group of people, and we put these walks on together, and they really do jump in, and we all have that, if it needs to be done, we're going to do it attitude. Thank the Lord. But Sunday, September 18th, we're at Wicker Park at 1:00 for the Lake County Walk. Sunday, October 2nd, we are in Valparaiso at the Urshel Pavilion, again at 1:00. And then, that's 1:00 as well, because those are Sunday walks. And then the final walk for Lake County is in LaPorte. The final walk for Northwest Indiana is LaPorte County in Michigan City on Saturday, October 8th. And that one's at 9:00. The Saturday walk on October 8th is at 9:00. And again, if you have questions about anything, if you don't remember those dates, the times, if you go to the website, alz.org, you can get that information. Again, alz.org is the website for the Alzheimer's Association, where you not only can get information about the walks, you can also get all kinds of information to help you out. The resources are plentiful there. And don't forget to call that telephone number, 1-800-272-3900, 1-800-272-3900. Again, 1-800-272-3900 is that 24/7 hotline. If your loved one doesn't go to sleep until 5 a.m, you can pick that phone up at that time. Someone will be on the other end to help you out.
Man, that's absolutely dope. It's cool that people can get help like that. Thank you, Angie, so much for being here. Like y'all, like I said, y'all know what the VNO is about. Ordinary people with extraordinary stories. Thank you for sharing how you made your way through this. Of course, I was affected. My family was affected, but you were kind of there it was your mom.
Yeah.
I can't imagine my mom. You know what I mean? I don't even want to think about it. That's my mother. And you were there to from day one and seeing the whole thing happen. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Y'all that have hung out with us, thank you for hanging out with us and watching. Family, friends, the VNO faithful. Y'all, please, if you are not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do that thing. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell, because we got some other things coming at you. I'm gonna do this right quick. What
you heard was nothing but the vibe.
It's a vibe.
Feels like only yesterday that we were together. When you say goodbye, I know you mean forever.
I'm so glad for you. Tell me what to do. We're so far apart. It's breaking my heart. Feels like only yesterday that we were together. When you say goodbye, I know you meant forever. I'm so glad for you. Tell me what to do. We're so far apart. It's breaking my heart.
Hit that subscribe button. hit the subscribe button. Like this like this on Facebook. Please. But really, more than anything, y'all hit that subscribe button, because I'm trying to work this thing up, man. There's some people out here that need to hear these things, This is not a Northwest Indiana problem. This is not an Indiana problem. This is not a Chicago problem. It's not an Illinois problem. My auntie down in Shreveport, Louisiana, it's not a Shreveport, Louisiana problem. This is a United States and around the world problem. And people need to know what their resources are. We just highlighted Northwest Indiana because that's where she's chair at. If you over in Chicago, make that dash over to Northwest Indiana and join into this walk and find people that have gone through this with you. Again, thank you so much, Angela Releford, my cousin. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for throwing this information out there. Do you have anything to say at the end here?
I just want to thank everybody for watching and chiming in with their comments. That's greatly appreciated. I always say that we can do more together than we can ever do separately. So it's important to work together, especially in this day and age when you see somebody hurting, and if you can help somebody, reach out and help them. It's very simple. And I just thank you for this opportunity, Ryan, to come on and tell Mama's story, but more importantly, just get the information out, the resources out so that people can get the help that they need. That's very important. What Ryan said is true. These diseases don't care about your race, creed, or color. They don't care how much money you have. You can be a billionaire. You can't throw money at this disease to make it go away.
Yeah.
So the more money that we do, the walks are our largest fundraiser of the year. That's what we do. That's where most of the money comes from, for operating costs, for just the research. That's important.
Yeah.
And when you donate, like Ryan said, he doesn't like to beg. I'm not a begging person either. So I'll put my little link up there for people to send money. I don't see that money. So if somebody, even if you give cash, if we have envelopes we can put it in, I put your cash in there. And whenever somebody gives me cash, I make sure I go on my page and I note how much they gave me. But I'm not a begging for money, but I beg for money for my mother, for her memory, for people who are like her now, who've lost their memories, because they can't ask for themselves.
Yeah.
Their loved ones, if they're like me and Daddy and Polly, they're like us. When you're in it, you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we didn't have the time or, didn't even think about volunteering for the Alzheimer's Association. But like I said, as long as I have breath in my body, I will continue to volunteer to help all people, but really help my people, my Black and brown folks. We got to do better. It's okay. You're not weak if you ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing you want to do is make sure that your loved one is taken care of to the best of your ability. And if you can't do that, that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you not love that person. It just means that you need help, and that is okay. It really is, because there are resources out there and you do not have. My thing is, don't try and do this by yourself because you can't. And caregivers, please take care of yourselves. Because if you're so busy trying to take care of your loved one, you wearing yourself down. If something happens to you, who's going to take care of the man?
Yeah.
Then you still will wind up where maybe they have that person, your loved one still has to go into a facility.
Yeah.
Wearing yourself down. So as they say, work smarter, not harder. Let the Alzheimer's Association help you work smarter.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you so much again, Angie. Y'all look out. The VNO vibes are getting so much closer. I'm trying to make this thing happen. Y'all continue to pray for my Uncle Merv Williams. Pray for my man Bill Curley, man. I usually see Bill be up and down this screen. Also, my man Mouse is always here, iron worker. Y'all keep him in your prayers. John, treat your family right so you don't get put in a home. You don't want to go in a home. With that being said, y'all, thank y'all.
But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? And we're just waiting in line to wake up?